Welcome again, everyone, to our 4th of July concert presented by the Richmond Concert Band and sponsored by the Richmond Department of Recreation and Parks. This concert, part of the 32nd Annual Festival of the Arts, Recreation and Parks, is presenting here at Dogwood Dell. I hope you'll be many performances this summer. Tonight's program on the 4th will be a mixture of gala, traditional concert band music, marches, show tunes, popular music, and patriotic music. Something for everyone. And several of the Richmond Concert Band members will be featured in solos throughout the evening. Joining the band later will be singer Bob Laughlin, Larry Robinson playing the carillon, and fireworks by Fireworks Unlimited. And I wouldn't be surprised if you'd also hear the march recently declared as our national march, John Philip Sousa's Stars and Stripes Forever. And now on with the music. The Richmond Concert Band opens tonight's concert with the Billboard March by John Clore. The Richmond Concert Band. Let's give them a hand, folks. And I learned something tonight, the Billboard March. I never knew what that tune was before. Okay, the next selection on the program is a suite written by the British composer Gustav Holst. British, his father was German. That's how he had that strange German-sounding name. Holst is primarily noted for his orchestral work, particularly the suite he called The Planets. The Planets by Holst, probably you know some of that music. However, his band music is of equal quality, and his first suite in E-flat for military band, which he wrote in 1909, is recognized as a band classic. It's one of the few band compositions to be transcribed for orchestra. It consists of 3 movements, a chaconne, intermezzo, and a final march. Holst used one theme throughout the movements, but varies that theme to produce a variety of melodies and harmonies by blending the sounds of the families of band instruments. He composed a suite that marked a new epoch in band literature. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the Richmond Concert Band performing Gustav Holst's suite in E-flat.
The Chimes of Liberty March by Edwin Franco Goldman. Next on the program is a medley of songs written by composer Julie Stein. Some of Stein's best music comes from the movie Funny Girl and the musical Gypsy. Oh, we have a fan. And this medley contains music from both of them, as well as music which is, get to the point, Together Wherever We Go, The Party's Over, Just in Time, of course, People, and Don't Rain on My Parade. Now, before we get started, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you who the soloists are. Evie Smith on trumpet, David Paulson on oboe, Diane Stone flute. The drummer is J.T. Faber. Again, the Richmond Concert Band.
Okay, the band sounded great, didn't they? And a special hand for Mark Shoemaker at the drums, especially on Strike Up the Band by George Gershwin. Okay, we've heard some movie music. The Gershwin strike of the band was from Girl Crazy with Mickey and Judy. And I guess everyone here knows about the Bridge on the River Kwai for the Colonel Bogey March. It also has some associations with golf because that beginning whistle that Alec Guinness and the men in the Bridge on the River Kwai, that was the whistle that was used on British golf courses to get out of the way, and that's why it's called the Colonel Bogey March. That's true. Okay, we enjoyed that a lot, and to conclude the first part of tonight's concert, Dr. Mark Poland has selected Morton Gould's American Salute. You'll recognize this too, so clap along and sing and whistle along with this music. Much of Morton Gould's music uses Americana themes, and American Salute is no exception. Gould based this composition on the song When Johnny Comes Marching Home again, and that's a song that goes all the way back to the Revolutionary War. And through a series of variations, it produces a vibrant, energetic fantasy on this familiar melody. So we'll hear that, and right after the American Salute by Morton Gould, will be taking a 15-minute intermission. 15 minutes for you to relax. We'll be back in 15 minutes. So once again, concluding the first part of our program, the Richmond Concert Band and its director Mark Poland playing Morton Gould's American Salute.
give an historical perspective on Independence Day, particularly the early 4th of July celebrations in Richmond, here is Dr. Alen Briceland, Associate Professor of History at VCU.
July is the anniversary of the Declaration of Independence, and Virginia was the state that first authorized its delegates to the Second Continental Congress to propose independence. It did so on May the 15th, 1776, and Richard Henry Lee carried the resolution from Virginia back to the Congress in Philadelphia and introduced the resolution. And what many people don't know is that the actual resolution, the actual day in which we became, by our own declaration, independent of Great Britain, was July the 2nd, not July the 4th. Resolution adopted by Congress. John Adams went home that evening and wrote in his diary that this day will be celebrated in the future by Americans with bonfires and banquets and fireworks. And he was wrong. We celebrate the 4th. He was right in that that was the day that we should celebrate. But sometimes the message is louder than the event. And the message was a piece of paper, a document called the Declaration of Independence. The official proclamation of independence for Richmond, Henrico, and Richmond was then a part of Henrico County, and the Henrico County Courthouse was the seat of government in Shockoe Bottom. The official proclamation occurred on August the 5th. And what happened was that the sheriff appeared to read the declaration to the assembled crowd, and that was followed by the militia shooting off 3 volleys and huzzas from the crowd, a kind of mini celebration. But that evening there was another celebration. The people gathered with the importance of the news, with the excitement. Richmond held what was known as an illumination, where the householders and business owners were asked to put candles in the windows. And people gathered in the streets, and there was held what the newspaper called a club. Now, I suspect what they meant by that was a party, a street party. And the paper said that there were over 1,000 people gathered. Now, Richmond itself had only about 1,500 at a maximum people as residents. So you can imagine that people had come in from the surrounding county and maybe even some from across the river to participate in this great party, in which, of course, there was drink and music and firing of weapons, out of which our fireworks probably come. So the first 4th of July celebration in Richmond was celebrated on the 5th of August. Each country needs a kind of day of patriotism, and the 4th of July developed into that day very quickly. It was something to rally around. It was something all of the states could claim a part in. It was something of which there was a visible symbol, a document that could be read with its great language by Jefferson. So all of that then meant that there was a continuing heritage through the 19th century of such celebrations.
We also interviewed Barbara McIntyre, production manager for Dogwood Dell, about the history of the Dell, the 4th of July concert, and about other events going on at the Dell this summer.
Just recently I discovered the actual history of Dogwood Dell. In 1951, it literally was created by an act of God. A tornado came through and, I guess, scooped out where it is. Took out all the trees, everything else, and made it a natural place for everyone to be. In 1956, they began doing children's productions in that little gully where the tornado went through. And it's been there ever since. The actual piers that exist at Dogwood Dell were built by Mayor Bryant. And at that point, there was only a platform stage. And over the years, it's developed into what it is now. Dogwood Dell has a series of concerts that always seem to have an appeal. one of which is our reggae series. Richmond loves reggae. I think that's kind of neat. The Beach Series concert is very popular. The kind of things where folks can come out not only and picnic but dance and have a good time as well. There's always something for everyone at Dogwood Dell. In July, we'll be doing The Foreigner on July 21, 22, and 23. And in August, we'll be doing The Wiz, starring Larry Bland, on August 25th, 26th, and 27th. We also will be bringing in three actually local dance companies. The Concert Ballet of Virginia, the Izabumuntu African Dance Company, and the Richmond Ballet. In addition to that, our music concerts are going to range from the Virginia Squires, a very popular bluegrass group. We'll be doing some reggae concerts as well with Tunji Band, Eli King and One Love. And then we also get into rock and roll concerts with 1010, Susie Saxon and the Anglos, excuse me. All of these are really popular groups, and all concerts are well attended. The audience that we draw nightly depends on the concert that's on stage. Every band certainly has a following. Theater has a following, dance has its own following. But overall, I believe we entertain folks very well. Obviously, the Dogwood Dell has a very, very nice ambient feel. It's outdoors. It's a place where you really can go have a 4th of July picnic out in the open. Also, with the concert band playing the 1812 Overture, it's one of the few places in town where they could use the howitzer cannons. On July 4th, we're expecting at least 50,000 people over the course of the day. And everyone always seems to have a very nice time, particularly because of the concert band. There was a time when the War Memorial bells were played for all memorial functions, Memorial Day, Labor Day, Veterans Day, etc. That tradition has kind of fallen by the wayside, except for the 4th of July. We've kept that one up. And the bells do play.
Earlier this week, we also spoke with Mark Poland, director of the Richmond Concert Band, about the band's history and about their involvement with the 4th of July concert at Dogwood Dell.
The Richmond Concert Band traces its roots all the way back to 1971, officially as the Richmond Concert Band. Now, the band goes back 5 or 6 years before that, when 3 or 4 former high school, college, military band people got together and decided Richmond ought to have a band. And with a couple of different names, finally becoming the Richmond Concert Band in 1971. We have as our membership people who are doctors, lawyers, blue-collar workers, white-collar workers, teachers, some students. We get together once a week, we practice music. These are people who have been high school, college band people. They make their living doing other things, but enjoy music, and they want to keep playing. They enjoy the fellowship, the music, and the opportunity to perform. I've been directing a band since for the past 10 years. In fact, this is my 10th 4th of July, which I'm really excited about, and I'm the 3rd director the band has had. The Richmond Concert Band has been involved with the city's 4th of July program for a number of years, I'd say at least 15. We've been doing it, always get asked to come back, get very, very good response. The city seems real happy, the audience does, and we are too. The band plays a variety of music suited to the audiences that we are asked to play for. Now, usually marches is a staple. Everyone likes a march, and we try to play plenty of them. Show music, light classics, overtures, some standard band music, and in fact, we've heard one piece already. Light kind of music, trumpet solos, trombone quartets, featuring solo instruments, all sorts of popular music when it's appropriate. 4th of July is a mixture of pieces. We try to have lots of marches, and John Philip Sousa, Fillmore, the standards, and a couple of ones maybe a little less familiar. At least one heavier number, an overture or a band classic, show tunes, some popular music, feature a solo or two, heavy on patriotism, lots of patriotic music, 1812 Overture, have to play that, and finish up with the Stars and Stripes Forever. The 1812 Overture is a tradition. I'm not exactly sure why, except that it has lots of sound and action and, if possible, cannon fire and fireworks, and we will be using the carillon. Just a real festive piece, and it gets a lot of audience enthusiasm and excitement, and excites the band, too. When Tchaikovsky wrote the 1812, he wanted to depict the battle. And so he actually wrote cannon fire and the chimes, church chimes, into the music. And when he conducted the piece, he had a remote switch on the conductor's podium, and when he hit the switch, it was transmitted to the artillery commanders in the field, and they fired their cannons on cue from Tchaikovsky. Stars and Stripes Forever has become a tradition, much like the 1812. If you think about bands, and after you get past high school and college, you come next to John Philip Sousa, and that march probably is the most famous march. Even more important this year is that on January 10th of this year, President Reagan signed into law a bill proclaiming the Stars and Stripes Forever as our national march. And so this year, as our finale, we will be playing not only Stars and Stripes Forever, but Stars and Stripes Forever, our national march. 4th of July for the band at Dogwood Dell is something that each member looks forward to. We start talking about the next concert the day after we finish this year's. We work very, very hard. The band practices extra, work especially hard on the music. They have input into what we play. I try to ask the band what they think would be appropriate, and they respond. And then as we get closer to the event, we refine the program. Enthusiasm gets higher and higher. They work harder. And on the night of the concert, everyone is ready for a big night. As far as the band playing at the 4th of July, I would certainly hope that we would continue. I've been doing it now 10 years, and that's a tradition. And I would certainly hope that we can continue for years and years to come. The audience certainly responds very well to us. We respond, I think, well to the audience, and I think the city is pleased with what we're doing. We try to play the very best music, the very best quality that we possibly can. Music the audience enjoys, music that they can respond to. When they leave our concert, they feel like they've had a worthwhile event, and a little bit of the flag waving inside of each person.
Welcome back to a Dogwood Dell Force. Live from Dogwood Dell is simulcast from Channel 23 and WCVE-FM. And Mark Poland conducting the Richmond Concert Band. The Liberty Bell March by John Philip Sousa. One composer who has written popular music for years is Henry Mancini. Some of his best music was written for television and the movies. For example, Peter Gunn, Remington Steele, Newhart, Hatari, and Breakfast at Tiffany's are just a few of his many successes. The medley the band will play next is a collection of some of Mancini's finest songs. It includes Moon River, Baby Elephant Walk, Charade, Dear Heart, and the Peter Gunn theme. Pat Varn is the trombone soloist. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Henry Mancini's music performed by the Richmond Concert Band.
Okay, the Richmond Concert Band. How about those sizzlers over there, just like the band's playing tonight? And I guess you recognize Georgia on My Mind, the state song of Georgia. Lots of people think of Ray Charles. I think of Louis Armstrong singing Georgia on My Mind. And Louis was born right on the 4th of July, 1900. Okay, we've had just about everything tonight. Patriotic music, show tunes, traditional music, Broadway. How about a little trip down memory lane to the 50s and rock and roll? All right. Okay, down memory lane, which is right at the corner of Sesame Street, and I'd like to say hello to people watching us on Channel 23, also listening on WCVE-FM. Hope you're enjoying it as much as everyone right here in the Dell. Are we having fun yet? Woo! Okay, classic rock and roll. Bill Haley and the Comets, Fats Domino, Chubby Checker. You remember them all, the Beach Boys. Here's a salute to rock and roll by the Richmond Concert Band and soloist Tom Robinson on trumpet, Pat Mason alto sax, Richard Dickerson on drums. So slick back that DA, even you females. Get out your poodle skirt, even you males, and wax up your surfboard on Fountain Lake as the Richmond Concert Band plays some classic rock and roll.
Greenwood's God Bless the USA is a moving statement of patriotism and love for our country. Our vocal soloist tonight is the Minister of Music at West End Assembly of God Church and a frequent guest performer with the band. I'd like you to please welcome Mr. Bob Laughlin as he joins the Richmond Concert Band and sings God Bless the USA.
I searched for all my life. If I had to start again with just my children and my wife, well, I'd thank my God above to be living here today, 'cause that flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you, oh, defender still today. There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, all across those plains of Texas, and from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, from New York to L.A. Oh, there's pride in every American heart. And now it's time to stand and say, whoa, I'm proud to be American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you. Oh, I defend her still today. And there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know that I'm free. I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you. Oh, defender still today. There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA, the United States of America. God bless the All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You've been great tonight. Now it's your turn. Thank you. Do me a favor. You can only do this standing up, so if you'd stand, please, I'd appreciate it. We're going to join with Mark Poland and the Richmond Concert Band and sing the great songs of America that only Americans can sing. So let's join in and sing them together. The first one's Yankee Doodle Dandy. Come on, sing it now. Here we go. I'm a Yankee Doodle Dandy, a Yankee Doodle do or die, a real life nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. Oh, I got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. She's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the pony. I am a Yankee Doodle boy. My country, 'tis of thee. My country is of thee, sweet land of liberty. Of thee I sing. Come on, sing it now. Land where my father died, land of the pilgrim pride, from every mountain side, where freedom lives. Oh, His truth is marching on. Now for the big finale, we're all going to sing together, God Bless America. America, land that I love, stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains into the land, come on, sing it now, through the ocean, white with gold. America, my home sweet home.
Okay, there's only one way to top that, and it's the 1812 Overture with fireworks. But before we get into that, I'd like to do my Jimmy Cagney bit. For those of you who are missing Yankee Doodle Dandy, it's on TV. I'd like to direct my thanks to the Richmond Concert Band and Mark Poland. My mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, I thank you, Stephanie thanks you, we all thank you. Okay, the 1812 Overture by Tchaikovsky, a little bit of 19th century glasnost. Now, what is a Russian writing patriotic music for? And we always play it at the 4th of July. Well, it was a big event in Russia, the Battle of Borodino in 1812, where the Russians conquered the French under Napoleon. So it's kind of been this symbol of liberation and freedom from oppression and freedom in general. All countries around the world, and the 1812 Overture symbolizes that. After an introduction, the 1812 Overture begins with a musical treatment of that battle on September 7th, 1812, and culminates with Napoleon's flight from Moscow. The French and Russians are clearly depicted through the use of the Tsarist national anthem and the Marseillaise, the French national anthem, as the overture develops. You can see the battle develop musically against fierce Russian resistance. The French push into Russia, and the Marseillaise dominates as Napoleon enters Moscow.
But then the Russian forces make a charge back and drive the French from the city and from the country. The city is jubilant. Bells ring, cannons fire salute, there's rejoicing throughout the land, and the hymn, God Preserve the People, surges out in triumph. Once again, we present the Richmond Concert Band and its director, Mark Poland, along with Mr. Larry Robinson on the carillon, Fireworks by Fireworks Unlimited, Tchaikovsky's 1812 Overture.